What is up, guys? Teen TP with another video, and today, man, I got a deck for you. I'm bringing you blue-green. Now, obviously, this is Shenron. A lot of people have been using it with 21, with, Brawly. All those cool decks. Those are really good, but surprisingly, not right now. Nobody's jumped on this, and I'm telling you, this is really, really good. Obviously, aggro is a scary matchup, but other than that, you should be able to be okay. Even in the aggro matchups, it's not all that bad as long as you see certain cards. So, Shenron, we all know what he does: search Dragon Balls, awaken, draw a card, and then give triple attack to a card. So, not too much on that. So let's start with the main deck. For the main, we're running 3 Android 18. This is a standard one drop that looks at the top 5. You add a blue or green Android, add it to your hand. The other effect is actually really important. So at the end of the turn, you get to, when you play it, you get to switch one of your multicolored cards, add it to your hand, and then you grab any card from your hand and you charge it in replacement in rest mode, obviously. So excellent card because it allows you to charge certain cards that you usually wouldn't charge, or if you charge a card that you didn't like, that's a multicolor with 16, then you have this card to save it. So really good. We're running 3 of her. Next up, I'm running our check land, which is 17. 17, when there's another blue-green, you ignore the energy exhaust. The auto, you usually don't use all that much, so the auto is when your opponent combos, you can get rid of that combo, and you negate the skill for the duration of the game, which is kind of dumb. I wish it was for the turn, but I guess it would be too good, I guess. I don't know. But you normally don't want to hardcast this. You usually want to charge it. And then next up, we're running our best 2-drop, Android 16. When you have a multicolor in their energy and you play them, you take the top card from your deck and you charge it in rest mode. And then the most important thing is that you can't play anything that's between 30k and 35k. So Gogeta 7, Mirror, Creator, Absorb, those cards you can't play, which is, good. Good for Bandai for doing that. And then also in this deck, one of the key things about this is that you only get its effect when you play it from hand. So if you play it off of Assembly the Squad, obviously you won't get the ramp effect. So really good with that as well, because this deck would definitely have been the best blue-green deck. Next up, now this is how we consistently ramp, and this is how the deck really functions. It's actually this card. So this card is really key because it allows you to search out this card. And then obviously if you can, and then not only that, you play it for free, search this, and then ramp. And then you just do that consistently with this deck. Terror Creator, Android 20, what he does is that when you play him, you grab any Android from your deck and you add it to your hand. It doesn't specify the cost or the color, as long as it has Android in the name. So this has Android 16 energy amplification, so you're able to grab him. So he's really good for that and adds that consistency to your strategy. So that's what I really like about him. Next up, we're running the Draft Box Goku. When you negate, it's a 2 cost, so you tap 2, and then you bounce any card on your side or your opponent's side, which is really strong. It's very flexible in what it can do. So I really like it. It's 2 costs, a little bit on the heavier side, but we do run, the broken card to make it happen consistently and do other plays with it. So running 3 of him. Next up, I'm running 2 of the Goku because he's a really good finisher when you're just trying to finish your opponent off with your Shenron ability. It's pretty decent if they're at 3 and they have multiple negates and they're at 3 life. You can really pressure them by giving them your ultimate, give it triple attack, and then they as soon as they run negates during his attack, they're screwed because he's going to be a 35 if you do Shenron's ability. 35 triple strike. So really good. Like him. Next up for our counterplays, we're running 2 Vegeta the Cruels and 2 Gohans. The interaction with Draftbox Goku is that you can counter with these, negate, return it back to your hand, and then obviously you would counterplay them again if they keep trying to overextend. So really good, and you're not losing all that many resources too, so that's the good thing. Next up, this is a card I'm still debating, but it performed kind of well today. It's Android 7, Super 17. It's not Android, so you can't search it off the 2-drop 20, Android 20. So that's not good, but you have 18 that can grab it if you want. And what he does is that you pitch 2 and your opponent pitches 2. And the big thing about this card is that you can't negate him. So you can give it triple attack if your opponent is at 2. Obviously, the reason why 4-cost cards like this and Foreseen Hate aren't good anymore is because you can just counterplay them and then you're done. You tap 4 and they tap 2, and that's pretty brutal. So, but when you're playing ramp, you have multiple energy up, so it doesn't matter. You can actually bait out your opponent trying to counterplay you. They tap out, and you can probably play another one if you want, and then just screw him over. But I do have another card, and this is the main card I use to kill off my opponent, or just to, you know, steal games. Is Android 21 Bad Omen. This is the expert deck card. Pretty much it has 2 abilities. One in the energy, you can tap 2 blue, 2 green, and you play in the energy. That's really good because it cheats it out by 1. And then when you play it, you get to grab one of your opponent's battle cards and one of your opponent's life, and you put it in the drop area, which is really strong because it just burns straight up your opponent for 1. So it's really good for that. And then also, obviously, you would have to grab one of your energy and place it in the drop, which doesn't matter because you're ramping. So this is a card that I'm potentially maybe what I might do is just play 3 of this and then the 117. But for now, I'm doing 2-2, just because, you know, just to try it out, I guess. And then Android 21. This is the 8-drop. I was playing 2, but I liked Bad Omen more, so I cut it, and I cut it for other cards. So I was playing 2, now I'm playing 1. This is single-handedly going to beat the hijack matchup or any mono decks that are still running around that shouldn't be running around because this card exists, and multicolored cards in general are just so good. Next up, the SER. Of course, it's the bread and butter for this deck. Now, this is the card you really want to see and just literally demolish your opponent from 8 to 0. So what it does is that it rivals for blue and green, and you tap 3 blue, 2 green, and you play them. If you play during your turn, it gains triple attack, critical, and double strike. And then if you play during your opponent's turn, which is possible, you get to kill one of their cards, I believe, ignoring barrier, yeah. And then you ramp the top 2 cards from your deck, and you put them in your energy. So really good for that. For a finisher, what you do is swing twice with it, double crit, and then leader ability, double crit, double crit, double crit. That's 2, 4, 6, like 8 damage right there, and that single-handedly will win you the game. So really good. And if it doesn't and they survive, you have Bad Omen. So really good. On turn 5, that's super quick. That usually happens on turn, I think turn 3. If you win the die roll, this comes out turn 3. That's crazy. So really good card. Broken card. I hate this card. This is the card that makes like these decks viable. Like even without it, I guess they would be viable, but like they wouldn't be as strong. And this card is just so unfair. Then moving on, Force Senzu Bean, really good for your turn 3 play. Not gonna get too much into that, but it's a really crucial card for your turn 3. Next up, 2 Whis, generically good blue negate while maintaining your energy up. Super combos, staple, I guess. And then obviously, since we're playing Shenron, we're playing our Dragon Balls. So we're running Purunga Balls because we like memes. And then next up, and last but not least, assemble a squad. This is your free desire you're going to be abusing with Shenron because that's why Shenron's good. You're going to be playing that guy, and then you're going to be searching out that guy. So that's the play usually, but there's other plays, but I'm not going to get too much into that. We're going to be doing battle on Tuesday with this deck versus, I believe, Bulma, or it could be some other deck. And then whatever deck I played against using this deck, I'll profile as well to get that extra content. So let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think of this Shenron blue-green? Do you guys think it's viable, or do you think aggro is just going to be too much for the deck to handle? And also let me know what other decks you guys want. If you guys want another blue-green list, let me know. Red-yellow, let me know. I got those covered. If you want old lists, it's going to take a while because we're trying to get the new stuff out and then try to focus more on the older stuff that I got support. So let me know, you guys. Team TBA will be signed out, and we'll see you guys in the next one.